It is so good to see you. I have to say,
Nice to see you.
you are one of my favorite people to interview because your energy is just so soothing. It's like you just, how are you?
Oh, that is so nice. Because on the inside, I'm like a raging maniac. So
How are you dealing with this quarantine right now? Where are
I'm
you at?
over it. Yeah, I mean, we're doing what everybody else is doing, and we're just like trying to keep things as normal as possible in the weirdest time ever. I keep telling my kids, you're gonna look back and you're gonna tell your kids you lived through the pandemic. But
Hey,
right now, I'm seriously over it.
because typically, we're winding down the summer now, but you would be on the road. You know what I mean? You would be
Yeah.
doing shows. What was it like to be, still all summer long?
I mean, in some ways it was great because I mean, really, it's been the better part of 26 years that I've always been on the road. And
Mhm.
then my boys have always been on the road. In fact, my 13-year-old took his first steps in the green room at Ellen DeGeneres. So, and they actually had a summer of being normal kids and getting bored and, which is good. I mean, they need to experience that, but they're saying that touring really won't get back to normal till like 2022. So, I mean, I miss playing for people,
Yeah.
I miss seeing faces and people having a good time, and I just miss it.
There is something about a Sheryl Crow concert. It's like a beer in one hand, it's a snap in the other hand. You know what I mean? Like that's what it is. You're just right here.
Well, I mean, that's what it used to be, but it's kind of been like beer in one hand and then like the phone like that. So I'm kind of like playing a whole
Oh
bunch of phone.
man, what is that like for you?
What are you gonna do when you get home? Watch the concert on your phone, but that's just what everybody does now.
Is it as an entertainer? You're up on stage, you're giving it everything you got, and you see a crowd full of phones. What is that like for you?
It's super, super annoying. But I mean, it is what it is. And I always tell the audience, hey, get a little film and then put your phone away and just be here, be present, have fun, But I just think it's kind of the way it is now. So I've gotten over it. At first, it used to be really annoying, and I'd be like, "That is so rude," but it's kind of how it is now.
Yeah.
And now it's even weirder because we do everything virtual. So I'm literally playing to a phone. That's my audience is a phone. So I guess I got what I deserved.
See? Okay, wait. Tell me. I want to ask you this question because I was just on with Shaka Khan, and there are like
Pecan, pecan.
yeah, I did that, and she said, you can say. She said, you can say my name one time. You can do that echo thing in your head. I
She
came in
is shy. I love her.
right. But she was telling me there are songs that people just always expect her to sing that she is tired of singing. She said, if I don't ever have to sing that song again, I'd be all right. Are there songs? Are there like staple Sheryl Crow songs that you're like, I do y'all really need to hear that this time?
You need to hear that after 30 years. I used to kind of be like that. In fact, I went through a period where I really would have done anything not to play. All I want to do is have some fun. And then, I mean, it's kind of weird, but everything kind of changed after I had breast cancer 15 years ago. And I started looking at all those songs that I'd gotten tired of playing and thought, man, those songs are the only reason I've gotten to see South America and Russia and Tokyo. And I mean, it definitely makes you be grateful. So I play it, and when I play it, I'm like, thank you, Lord. I may be tired of this song, but this song has been a gift. So, and that's how I feel about all of them now. I'm like, I'm happy to play them. If you pay money to come see me and that's what you want to see, I'll do that. I've got no problem with it.
I knew that you'd have a really thoughtful answer to that, and I would have never guessed that that was the song. I would have never guessed because I would have figured that was easy. You know what I mean? You just get ready with the guitar, and you're like,
But it's like one of those things where because that was the very first hit, it became like we had to play everywhere, every night.
mm-hmm.
But I've been lucky. I mean, in this day and age, it's it's hard to have a long career. And I was lucky because I got started before social media and before branding, and you could have a long career. And so I've got a lot of songs that, you know, I get to go out and play, and a lot moms know and their daughters know, and you know, it's cool. You know, I'm sort of like, we played Bonnaroo, and I could not believe how many young people knew the words to, you know, all those old hits.
You couldn't? Really?
I couldn't. Well, you know, I mean, a lot of those songs are older than those kids, you know.
True. That's true.
When you think about, all I want to do is 25 years old. You know, if it makes you happy, it's 20 years old. Soak Up the Sun was 2002. So, you know.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's wild. That is wild.
Yeah.
I mean,
no, I'm 87 years old.
What'd you say?
You know, I'm 87 years old. I look good for 87, though.
I know that's like something in the water. It's something in the water. Who surprises you every time you play with them, right? I can imagine you have had the opportunity to play with some of your favorite musicians, people that you've looked up to, people that you maybe even have never heard of, but they get on the stage and you're like, oh, snap, that's some real talent right there. Who surprises you?
Gosh, there's just so much good stuff out there, and so many great young people that are just killing it. And then I live in Nashville, and there's a great radio station here that's an independent radio station, and they play tons of music that you would never hear just at pop radio. And there's so much good stuff. I mean, I've been lucky because through the years I've gotten to collaborate with a lot of people, and I love the art of collaborating. I feel like it makes me better at what I do, but also it's just sort of a thrill to play with people that you own their records. You know, they were sort of the reason you wanted to do what you were doing.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of young people out there too. You know, every time I sing with Maren Morris or Brandy Carlisle, I've gotten to write with Chris Stapleton a few times. And I mean, every time I work with some of these young people, it's just, you know, it's a blast. I love it.
Can we talk about you, Maren, Brandy, and Chris Stapleton, maybe in, I don't know if it's the room together right now during quarantine, but that would be an epic kind of tour. That would be an epic.
Cool. I mean, we had actually, me in all my free time. But it might be cool because in Nashville they've moved school, in-person school till after the first of the year, and so many kids who are in families that are food challenged, you know, they get their meals in the morning and at noon, and they even take meals home for nighttime, and all these kids are going to be you know, going hungry. I thought, well, it might be cool to do a virtual show where just artists that I know in Nashville might come and do a song. So I'm kind of working on that right now, and I'm definitely going to obviously reach out to my usuals, from Margot Price and Maren and Brandy, and you know, Gary Clark is an incredible musician. I love him. So, I mean, just being able to do some virtual stuff that way would be really cool. So we'll see what happens. I mean, it's goosebumps. I know when I think about it.
Your song with Willie Nelson, "Lonely Alone." I mean, can just talk to me about working with Willie, because like I just feel like
he's one of maybe my favorite duet partner. I mean, first of all, I love him. He's meant so much to me in my life, my personal life. And also, you know, I grew up hearing him. I mean, he was on the radio all the time when I was a kid, and he got played in my house. And through the years, we've just had a great time hanging out, and love his family, and love singing with him. So when I reached out about doing this song, I sent it to him, and he loved it. And he did it like the next day. And that's always nice. I mean, it's nice to reach out to somebody and not have to wait for an answer from management. You know, you know, he's really busy right now. He just did it and fired back. So it's great.
It is.
And we have a long history together.
Yeah, exactly.
We've had a lot of collaborating. So, and he's so great collaborating. I mean, he collaborates with a lot of people. So I just feel lucky that I'm on the list.
It's you two is like magic together. You have this audiobook out, Sheryl Crow, Words and Wisdom. I'm sorry, Words and Music. Sheryl Crow, Words.
There's no wisdom in it.
No, there's a ton.
It's words and music. There's no wisdom.
No, but I mean, It's Sheryl Crow words and music. I feel like this is the kind of content, this is the kind of storytelling you were made for. You know, why was this something that you wanted to do though?
I had heard James Taylor's Audible, and it meant so much to me, and I felt like I had gotten a glimpse into. I mean, and I know him pretty well, and I just felt like I got to know him better. And sometimes, you know, for me, because everything is so brand oriented, and I'm a little bit of a dinosaur. I don't, you know, the social media thing. I can't live my life in that, but I can tell stories and I can talk about my life. And I'd much rather be able to have stories illustrate who I am as opposed to just random posts and cute pictures and bikinis and things. Although you will never get me in a bikini at this point in my life.
Why not?
Not without a ring light and some masking tape.
Listen, whatever works. I got it. I got you. I got you 100%.
Serious airbrushing.
You don't need it. Listen, this has been such a joy. It is so good to see you with a smile on your face. I know people who are watching this right now, you have lifted their spirits for sure.
Oh, well, that's nice. Thank you. I appreciate it.